Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Bold Real Estate Investing. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with your host, Bill Dean, for episode 6. Bill, hello, sir.
Hello.
I got so fired up after our last episode.
Yeah.
There were so many good, not just sound bites, but places to go get better as an investor. So,
We didn't even touch the surface of what we can do.
I know, that's so crazy. I love it. I also love the idea that I don't have to have it all figured out. I just have to know what my resources are, what I could actually use, and then just talk to somebody smart like you. Like, hey, I don't know it all, but I have this thing to use. What can we do? And you could actually point me in the right direction.
Oh yeah, like we talked about a few episodes ago. Just being excited about deals sometimes is enough.
Yeah,
Find the right people.
I love that. Yeah. I know, and you're the right person, so I love that. So in this episode, this is part 2 from our last episode was what makes a good real estate investment deal? What makes a good deal? Mm-hmm. And then now we're talking about, okay, once we know what a good deal is, how do we find the good deal? How do we find it? And you've got 3 methods for finding a good deal. So walk me through the 3 methods.
Okay, well, this is all actually about like what I do when I'm actively looking, the things I'm setting up, just to simplify the search, because depending on your market, some of these deals disappear in a day. Sometimes, there's a bunch of different people looking. Other times they're just hard to find. You're busy.
Right.
So the first thing I always recommend is start easy. Zillow.com, Realtor.com, Redfin, whatever normal site you can use.
Yeah.
You can literally go in there, and I always look for sale by owners.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on your market, you can always set it for email me every time a listing does XYZ. Got
it. So you can set that up in like Zillow and Realtor.com to do that? Okay, got it.
Yeah. So you have to, of course, sign up, but it's free.
Right.
And then you can say, send me a house. Every time a house under $100,000 comes on the market, let me know. Or anytime there's a house over square footage or a duplex or a triplex, let me know.
Cool.
And it's simple and easy to do. And you can set it up by price, by square footage, or in an area. Maybe there's a good transition area where there's a lot of gentrification happening, or they're improving the houses in that area.
Sure.
Sweet. Let me know anytime a house comes for sale, because you can tear it down or flip it and make money. Right. So that's the easiest one. Yeah. A realtor could also set that up for you. So like I, as an agent, will set up anything that says TLC or need some work or handyman special. Literally, I can just put those search parameters in, and anytime a house comes on the MLS with those words, it goes straight to my client's email.
Nice. Right.
And that way they can see it. They can go out and look at it. Because good deals do go fast.
Right. How do we, so this is a side note because it's not really about the method, but if it is a good deal, how do I get my hand in the cookie jar, so to speak? Like, how do I get a piece of that action?
All right. Well, if it's an agent, you'd call your agent and say, hey,
nice.
Get me in that house. But like for myself, before I was, when I first started out, I would just call the number on the listing. So straight up, hey, I see you have a listing on Craigslist, or and just call on it and see what you can find out. Because surprisingly enough, not many people actually answer their phones. Yeah. So just get used to it. We're busy people, and sometimes they'll text me right back. What do you need?
Right. So I know, right? You called and they text you back.
Yeah, exactly. But that's one of the easiest ones. Some of the other websites are like FSBO, for salebyowner.com.
Got it.
You can find it there.
Okay. So the first method is like real estate websites. If real estate websites are one way to find good deals.
Yep.
Okay. What's the next one?
So this is the one that I've had really fun success on, and because it can be crazy and no one really cares.
Yeah.
Craigslist.
Yeah.
And so it's Craigslist and another thing to set up together to really maximize it. But Craigslist gets a majority of the for sale by owners or people who just ended up with mom and dad's house and don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Craigslist.
Nice. Craigslist. Crazy.
Then you can literally just go right into the real estate tab. You can search for keywords. But what I like to do, and this is good both ways, and I just had a gal do this, and it worked fantastic. She got 20 phone calls. Depending where you're at, don't do it if you're in Bismarck, because I've already done this.
Nice.
Literally created a Craigslist ad that says, searching for cat piss home.
That's awesome.
and you will get calls. Oh my God, my neighbor's house, or I have a house, or my grandma's house. You know,
Oh my gosh.
literally people will contact you because they have a house that's so disgusting that they just want to get rid of. So if
Yeah.
you want to talk about finding a good deal that's urgent,
Mm-hmm.
things, it's horrible, there's probably dead cats, like put that in Craigslist. And so instead of you being the looker, have them come looking for you.
That's awesome.
And that works. So that's one way of using Craigslist. The other way is there's a website called ifttt.com.
Okay.
And it stands for if this then that, and they actually have what they call recipes. So you can go in and say every time a house goes for sale, and you just copy and paste the Craigslist website for your local area. Anytime a for sale by owner or just for sale pops on, then text me, email me, whatever you want. So if a house comes on, then text me.
Got it.
And you can set it up completely independent. So anytime someone puts on a for sale by owner or vacant land, you get a text and it's boom, click the link, it goes straight to that ad, and then you can follow up and call them. And that way you don't have to sit there in front of a computer and just scroll endlessly.
Yeah. Talk about time. Like we talk about how do I get there faster? How do I get in front of the opportunity faster? Like that sounds like almost real time. Like
it is.
If it's gonna once that thing picks up, if this then that site picks up the post, it's gonna immediately send it to you, right? Like.
Yep. And you want to talk about wowing someone?
Yeah.
They hit enter and lean back in their chair, and all of a sudden, ring. Hello?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey,
yeah,
I see you have this land for sale. Yeah, holy cow! It's like, oh, I've been looking. You know, you build that little bit of urgency, and so that tool saves so much time. But
that's cool,
and it can do so much more. So even if you have open rentals,
dude,
you can use that to boost your rental. So you put it on Facebook and then have it so it automatically sends to your Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn.
That tip alone was worth this entire episode. Like, you know, for the price of admission. Like, listen, that was amazing value right there. I love it. Hey, on that too, I would imagine that if I were like one of the first ones to call on when it gets listed, so you're the owner and I'm the investor, and I call you as soon as it pings me, and I'm like, hey, I just saw your listed property. If I can build rapport with you and I'm the first one in, I would imagine sometimes that gives me an advantage because you and I created connection.
Absolutely.
Is that true?
Yes. Oh yeah. So, I mean, sales 101.
Yeah.
First step, build rapport.
Yeah.
Build that trust. You get in there, you start talking to them. Don't actually talk about the house if you can right off the bat. Talk about anything else under the sun, you know, where they're from, their favorite sports teams, hobbies, businesses. I mean,
any of that.
But yeah, when you can build that personal connection, it gives you some options, because sometimes maybe you're walking into a deal that's absolutely fantastic, and it's like, you know, hey, you're selling this house so low. I mean, I'll give it to you. I'll give you what you're asking. And you can just turn around, put the same ad on at a more market fair price. And literally, you don't even buy the house. It's called wholesaling. A lot of wholesale deals, you can find a property that's so under market. You don't even have to buy it, flip it. You just turn around, hand it to someone else in essence, and you can make up to $50,000.
Wow.
And we're talking,
it's crazy. Crazy. Wow.
So
I love that. Wow. So the second method, I mean, that's the second method. I can see why you like that one. You're like, this one's fun. That is fun. I like it.
Well,
so Craigslist,
directions.
Craigslist mixed with if this, then that, IFTT, if this, three T's, right? IFTTT.com. Got it. So cool. All right. That's method 2. What's the third method for finding a good real estate deal?
Literally get out of your house, get in your car or on your bike, and just start going around. Because we're in the baby boomer cliff at this point. There's gonna be a lot of baby boomers moving into assisted living, trying to downsize, and they're not gonna be internet savvy. So they just know what they've always done. They go out, go to Lowe's, Menards, Home Depot, the hardware store, get a for sale sign, put their number on it, and stick it in the yard. That's it. They're not on the websites. They're not talking to realtors. They just, that's what they did before, and that's what they're going to do again. And it's amazing. You walk up to someone's house, knock on that door. It is awkward. Get over yourself.
That's part of the bold thing, like you said.
Yes. If you're willing to embarrass yourself for 5 minutes, you can make 50,000. You never know.
I know, right?
So it's worth it, because literally that embarrassment lasts the first maybe 15, 20 times, which if you're out door knocking, depending on your market, that's not even one day to knock on 20 doors.
You just said that. It made me think of like, you know, if we were sitting there, if you and I were standing on a street corner somewhere and you're like, hey, listen, I'll give you $50,000 if you go knock on that door. Right. Like outside the context,
exactly
right?
What it is.
Right. Like outside the context of investing, and I have to call somebody, like if you said, hey, I'll give you $50,000 if you go knock on that person's door and say hello, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm in, I'll do it. No problem. But all of a sudden we put it in the context of like, ooh, I'm doing an investing thing and I have to call them, and we get all weird in our head about it. But isn't that funny? Like,
well, this actually works. So if you get, I mean, you don't even have to, if you see a house that just looks like it's beat up, you can just go knock on it anyways, even if it's not for sale.
You're right.
And it works because people will be like, no, you know, you don't know if they're having hard times and they can't keep up on the maintenance, you know, and you can just knock. And of course you want to make sure you're in a safe neighborhood, all that normal common sense, but yeah, they don't even have to be for sale. You can just knock, because I've sent out a mail campaign a few years ago. Yeah. And I'm still getting phone calls from someone who just kept the letter.
No way.
4 years later, actually, it's, 5. Wow. They call me up. Hey, I got this letter that you're interested in checking out my place. We're ready to sell now. Okay, let's go look.
That's awesome.
So building that, and I'm going to give you a really good hint from having been a door salesman at points. Right. And just from my own experience. Yeah. Make a brochure. It's called a prop, but make something to break the gap between you and the other person. Right. Because that way, usually you're talking to them through a screen door, but here, we hand you this. Sure. Read about it. You know, you take the pressure off, and it should talk about just, hey, you know, maybe give yourself a name. You know, whatever is property assistance or
I was like, can I have like a rapper name, like Lil Wayne? Sure. My name's Lil Wayne. My name's Little Big Houses.
Little Big Houses
no,
here.
Maybe that's not what you're talking about.
But I mean, anything, like, it can be fun. Have fun with it. Especially, I mean, if it has a little flair and it's memorable, sweet. Yeah. If it's just A to Z property solutions, like, okay. I mean, it's professional, but have fun with it. And then have a little thing like, hey, what we do is we're looking to help people, you know, sell their home, or looking to help people get whatever. Yeah. Because like the ones I focus on always talk about win-win. Like my goal is to help you have a win-win situation where I'm able to help you get a great price for your house or move on to your next property. And I'm able to help someone get into this house at a great price. And that way it's a win-win-win.
Could you, I'm going back to our episode 5 about what makes a good deal with owner contracts. Could you even bring that up? Like, I'm looking for homeowners who want to make, you know, some additional money. And they're like, and they go, how? And then the how creates the invites the conversation.
That is, yes. So the back page of my brochure, I have a chart even, because it just
you do? Cool.
Hey, want to make 20,000 extra on your house? Oh, what do you mean? Yeah. This is when you're like door knocking listed houses. Like, what do you mean? Well, did you know that there's a way that you can sell your house and make interest off it? Yeah. You probably can get more than asking price for it. Right. Right. What? How? Right. I mean, you do have to educate them though, because there's risk involved, but if you're smart and you have a good real estate lawyer, they can do a lot to protect you and the seller.
So good. I have to ask, Bill, like, I feel like you're giving all your secrets away. Like, how, like, why are you doing this? Why are you giving all this away? This is so good.
Because I want people to be financially free. Just like I want for myself, and I'm building towards. Right. This information, I spent a lot of money and time, and I'm one of those guys who can go into the Barnes and Noble and read business section books, and that's fun. Most people don't like that. When they start getting into equations and amortization schedules, they're like, I'm out. Yep, throw that away. Comic book, here we go. Right. But I mean, I really just want to help as many people as I can. Because I do believe that there's more than enough out there. Right. And I hate when, well, it's a strong word, but I just don't like it when people only think that there's only one way of doing it. So they have to put 20% down. They have to do it this way. They have to go to a bank. And it's like, did you know if you're creative, $100,000 or even $10,000 could get you retired and just focusing on real estate faster than following the book.
Hey, you should just, I mean, look, say that one more time. Because if you could, I mean, if $10,000 could get you retired, like there are people who have, let's say an IRA, right?
Yep.
Some sort of self-directed investment account or whole life policy, the different financial vehicles that can allow them to actually get free versus letting it accumulate at 8% a year or worse. But like there are resources that if you just connected to the right people, oh my gosh.
Exactly. No, that is, hopefully we're going to get on
That's
to this
another episode.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
But it is so true because a lot of people are like, I don't have that much cash lying around, but they've been working at the same job for 20 years.
Right.
And they have an IRA sitting there with 180, 200, 600,000.
Yep.
They don't realize they could buy a property and flip it or fund a flipper and get 20, 30% money.
Right.
And it'd be tax free depending on which vehicle it's in.
Right.
And it's like, wow. The gentleman I got my IRA through has 2 IRAs and the smaller one has 18 million in it.
Oh, wow.
The smaller one, his backup one, because he set up a corporate in himself. So yeah, that's if you utilize all those tools, it's amazing how fast you can grow because you can.
Listen, I have to say this because I've spent so much of my life trying to be smarter than everybody. That sounds really arrogant. I mean, I love learning. And the challenge with when you love learning is that I try to get too smart about it all. And what I'm learning, I'm 42 now. What I'm learning at this part of my life is that I don't have to figure it all out. Like there are people that I could just talk to and be like, hey, this is what I got. What can we do? But I don't have to figure it all out.
Yes.
And I feel like, it's like, go ahead.
So some of the best people, and I tell people this too, because like sometimes if I'm working on a deal, it's like, yeah, it's going to be $5,000 to work this deal out with you, but we're going to quadruple your money.
Right.
So like, you're not even really going to pay me.
Right.
It's built in. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, I'm going to end up spending, like I'm using a realtor on this deal. I'm going to lose 3%. It's like, well, actually you're going to have a professional who's going to save you time, money, and hopefully litigation, get this all put together for you. It's like, so you don't even have to like worry about the deal. And sometimes, this is another huge point, but I had to look at it myself too, is you want to pay other people when you're doing real estate because if your realtor knows, oh my God, this guy's going to pay me 4, 5, 6 times this year, better than anyone else. I'm going to work my butt off for him. Right. If your lawyer is like, oh yeah, he sends me almost a pre-written contract for deed. I just scan over it. I get my $500. Yep. And he knows you got 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 of those coming in. They like you and they will do things for you and your bank will start doing things. Yep. So don't be afraid. And if you look at, if the deal is going to fall apart because you have to pay someone commission, it's not a good deal. Yep. It's okay to walk away. So that's good. One of the joys of that too, is it's a group of people around us that are all benefiting. So
I love it. Well, I think, I mean, we covered the 3 methods for finding a good deal. And in that, I just want to say what I'm left with in this conversation is that you don't have to figure it all out. You just have to start with a conversation. I think, Bill, that's what I love that you offer is like, just have a conversation with Bill. Like people want to learn more about what you do and how to connect with you. Where can they go? Absolutely.
They can contact me on BillDeanHomes.com. So my name, then homes.com. And then there's just a contact form. Ask the question and I'll respond. Leave your phone number if you want to talk. And it's amazing what just even a simple conversation can do. I had a house that was being sold and the inspector was talking to me about he wants to get into this property. In about 5 minutes, I showed him a way. He saved about $27,000. I didn't even charge him. That was just through conversation. Like, well, you could do it like this.
Right. I know. That's so good. I love it. Well, that's the power of having, somebody that's the right fit on your team. So, Bill Dean, DEAN, BillDeanHomes.com, and connect with Bill there. Wow, Bill, I don't even know what to expect in the next episode. I just feel like you keep bringing value, and I'm super grateful that you're willing to so generously share what you got. Thanks for your time, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
All right, see you then.